Okay, so today I'm going to tell you guys a little story of what happened to me about two weeks ago. So as you can see here, my laptop is over here. You know this guy. I've made a couple of videos about him or her, it, whatever. Um, so this thing, it came across a virus, and it wasn't that I was on any dodgy sites or anything. No, one of my slimes at school gave me a USB to copy some stuff on, and I'm like, all right, okay, give me the USB, and I put it in, and every time I copied something onto it, it wouldn't copy it. It would copy the file, then it'll make a copy of that file, like a copy file. So that file was corrupt. So I had like about 3 or 4 USBs that day. Only that one that I put in, and the one after that got the virus, the infection. So I see that this is happening. I'm like, oh, okay, it's not going to be that bad because Windows Defender is actually pretty good. But for some reason, Windows Defender on my laptop was not working properly for some odd reason. So basically what happened that day, while I was copying, I only realized it the day after, because then usually I try to make it scan. Usually Windows Defender scans everything by itself. When it detects the threads, it'll scan it and get rid of it. But this didn't happen that day. When I went to sleep and after I did all my work, did all my homework, copied all the stuff on, I thought it would have done that. So I leave it, I give the people their USBs the next day. Not all of them were contaminated. None of them were contaminated, hopefully. My other friend uses a MacBook, so that thing won't get any viruses. And wow, I am doing a lot of stuff with my hands. Okay, weird. Okay, so I only realized the next day on a Friday that it has virus. So that day I was supposed to upload a song onto SoundCloud for one of my friends. He couldn't do it himself because he had to go out that day. So I tried to do it. So when I tried to transfer the song from on my phone onto a USB onto this guy onto my laptop, and just put him on my lap since it's a laptop, it copied a copy onto the PC. I'm like, whoa, 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 something is definitely wrong here. So I went into the settings to try and see what was going on with Windows Defender. So everything in the settings was, well, everything for defense was working properly. So if I were to go there right now, everything looks pretty good. So on that day, account protection was fine, firewall, apps and browser control, device security, all of those were working fine. But virus and threat protection was not working. So every time I clicked onto virus and threat protection, it would say that your virus and threat protection is covered by your network. So I did not really understand what that means. I'm like, my network, what is that exactly supposed to mean? Because I don't have a network, I don't have anything. I usually rely on Windows Defender because this has happened to me before. My friend has given me a contaminated USB, but Windows Defender just annihilated it and got rid of it, since Windows Defender is one of the best antiviruses that you can get as long as you keep Windows up to date. So I assume that with one of the updates, when I updated my laptop with one of the updates, it changed the Windows Defender settings, because some of those settings said that my network provider covered my virus protection and stuff like that. So I did not really understand. So I was there like, should I go buy an antivirus? Now I do not really believe in antiviruses. Yes, I'm that type of person. I don't believe in antiviruses, mainly for the reasons that it's gonna become obsolete in the next year, and that it makes your computer slow sometimes, and Windows Defender is as good as it is at the current moment. So I was actually contemplating on getting a antivirus, something like Avast, or yeah, that's the last antivirus I got. Interesting fact, the last time I bought an antivirus, or the last time I had an antivirus, was I think 4 or 5 years ago, because I think the computers in my house had a very bad Trojan, so my dad went and bought an antivirus. Funny thing, it was actually for like 3 users. I put it on like 4 other computers after that. They're never gonna find out, I'm pretty sure. they never did. So that's the thing. I don't really believe in them because they do make your computer slow. So I was actually really contemplating. I did ask my dad that let's go to the shop and they put an antivirus. But then after that I was like no. So around 12 on that Friday, which it eventually became, I took a nap. I was watching some anime. Then I fell asleep when I paused it. Then I woke up at like at 2. I decided to reboot my entire laptop. So that day I basically went to updates and security, I went to recovery, and I went to reset this PC. So when I reset the PC, I just said keep all of my, I just said remove my apps and settings but keep my personal files. So that's stuff like the videos that I've edited and the photos that I've also edited as well, and also documents for school and school projects. The other one was remove everything. Now I did not want to remove everything. The initial idea of this entire system reboot, I wanted to keep my setting, I wanted to keep my files alone, but I wanted it to reboot Windows. I wanted it to set most of the settings back to stock, factory reset, so I could get that Windows Defender back. So when I rebooted the computer, I ran the Windows Defender scan, I ran it on the USBs, I ran it on all my hard drives, and I have a lot of hard drives. I got 3 hard drives. That is about 6 terabytes of storage altogether. So if they got corrupted or if the viruses ended up on those, I would have been screwed. Screwed all the way to hell. So that was basically essential. I rebooted it and then everything went back to factory reset, which was the way it was supposed to be. Now, the one downside of doing that was that all of the apps that I had to reinstall. And I had a lot of apps. So basically apps like Adobe Lightroom, I use that to edit some of my photos or photos for other people. Anime Studio Pro, I don't know how to use it, but I'm still learning it. BitTorrent, love that app. Blender, I do use Blender, but I'm not that good at it yet. The real apps that I lost were stuff like Cyberlink Power Director 16. Now that I do use to edit some videos. Cyberlink Screen Recorder 16, I do use that for some of my screen captures. FL Studio, okay, I'm not that good at FL Studio. I just use it to record some voiceovers sometimes, or when my friends come here to record. Google Chrome, okay, well that was gonna come back eventually. Grammarly, I use that a lot. Handbrake, if you don't know what Handbrake is, it is a file conversion app. Yeah, I don't use it that much. Then I've got my printer software, then other apps like Pot Player, and yeah. In the Adobe suite, the main apps that I valued was Adobe After Effects. Now, I do use a little bit of After Effects. I've never used it in a video, but I do practice it. The problem with After Effects is that it is that thing eats a lot of memory, to be honest. It just chows memory. Like, they say 8 gigs of RAM is the bare minimum. When they mean the bare minimum, they probably mean to open it. Then 16 gigs of RAM, that will get you somewhere, but you'll probably need 32 gigs of RAM or 64 gigs of RAM. And the thing about this thing is that it can only take a maximum of 32 gigs of RAM. I think that's with most laptops, a maximum of 32 gigs of RAM. Then I got Adobe Premiere Pro 2018. And I also got Photoshop 2017. Then there was also Microsoft Office. I had to re-download that, and then I also have stuff like Instagram, yeah, Spotify, BitTorrent again, Twitter, just basic stuff. So it took me about like an hour to install all of these because sometimes you can't install 2 apps at the same time. But yeah, my laptop is running smoothly again. It is running very effectively. I would have been very sad if the virus completely corrupted this entire thing, because I love this thing. This thing's my baby. Okay, I don't know if other people understand, but this thing does make up for its worth. I might not make up the money that was used to buy this thing, but in terms of its raw value and how much it has helped me, and in terms of like how much it can do and how much output it has, like when I edit a video or a photo, this thing works. This thing pays for itself, and also I've spent a lot of money on upgrades for this thing, stuff like RAM and the SSD and the bracket that I broke, if you guys remembered that video. But yeah, that's basically what this video is about. Okay, well, thank you all for watching, and peace. Oh yeah, before you all leave, don't forget to check the links below. My Twitter, my Instagram is there. My Facebook, I don't even know why I still have Facebook. People can go to jail for using Facebook. That thing is stalker central. So go follow me on my socials. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for staying till the end. I know I sound a bit depressed right now, but that's because I gotta end this video. Well,